Welcome to this week's edition of Sun News at Noon. I'm Stockton Myers.
And I'm Reagan Morse. Thanks for tuning in. A new semester has begun, and the Omicron variant is running rampant. With 77 reported cases on campus from January 12th to January 19th, DSU is advising all students to wear a mask whenever on campus. The university will assess the situation again at the end of January to see if any further changes are necessary.
For students who are looking to get a COVID test, vaccine, or booster shot, here are some suggestions. Contact your local pharmacy for COVID-19 vaccine and booster availability, as well as appointment times. The vaccine and booster shots are free, and free testing is also available by the old airport at Tech Ridge Drive and at DSU's Atwood Innovation Plaza. You can purchase store-bought rapid tests, though availability and price may vary. The government has also invested $4 billion into getting 4 free COVID tests per household into the hands of those who need them. Scan the QR code below to find out how you can get your free COVID tests.
The DSU community is still mourning the loss of an English professor who died last month. A memorial was held on Friday in honor of Brad Berry, who has taught at DSU for over 20 years. Berry's colleague and friend, Dr. Jim Hendigas, spoke at the memorial and offered his gratitude for Berry. Of the type of academic I wanted to be, someone devoted to his job as an empathetic human and not just an employee. He made a point of caring for students and his colleagues. Our thoughts and prayers are with the Berry family at this time.
The Dixie's Got Talent finale is happening live at the Cox Performing Arts Center on January 27th at 7:30 p.m. Watch live as 10 adult and 10 youth finalists show off their abilities in this annual Southern Utah event. Finalists made it through multiple rounds of callbacks and auditions to bring them to the finale. The scores are made up partly by a judging panel and partly by audience donations. Winners from both age divisions receive a cash prize. You can purchase your tickets online through the QR code below or at the DSU ticket office. Tickets range from $15 to $20. You can also stream the show live at no cost. Ticket sales and voting proceeds benefit student scholarships.
Another one of Zion National Park's most popular hikes is soon requiring a permit. The National Park Service announced that Angels Landing will require a permit to hike starting April 1st and going through May. This is a response to crowding and congestion on the trail, which has increased the risk of fatal accidents on the strenuous hike. You can apply for a permit on the National website.
Classes are in session and we are back in school mode. Here are students' thoughts about the start to the spring semester.
Work hard. Yeah, don't get stressed about homework, just chill. Yeah.
Definitely like spring semester is a little rough, but definitely hanging in there and kind of just getting all your work done and making sure that, showing up to campus and, showing face on campus is definitely important. So just being present.
I definitely use the library study rooms quite a bit, and I use the Student Success Center over there and meet with my peer coaches and all that to get extra help, and just emailing my teachers to get clarification on assignments.
Definitely not to slip up on my attendance, because even though some of those classes don't grade attendance, it still matters a lot to be there. You still end up learning a lot just from being there, and you definitely see the boost up in your grade.
Utilize the libraries and on-campus study places because I can't focus at home, so I would say I'm excited to come onto campus and use it more than I did last semester.
Finding your rhythm, finding ways to have a healthy balance, and making sure that you're taking care of your schoolwork and then focusing on what's going on the weekend later. Yeah, so basically having priorities.
I'm excited for the ballroom team, because I'm enjoying the ballroom team this semester, so that's a good thing. Yeah, I'm excited for that.
I guess I'm honestly just excited to become more immersed in the community here at Dixie, just meet more people, and honestly just have an overall fun time this semester.
I absolutely agree with all the students who we interviewed for this package. But I also think that it really is important to get that healthy work balance of work and play so that you can, work on yourself a little bit. How about you, Reagan?
And routines are great. For me personally, I've tried waking up early, which has been difficult as I am not an early bird at all, but it's definitely given me more time to focus on homework so the play can come later.
My favorite alarm time is definitely noon. I don't know about you.
Stay tuned. After the break, we will hear from Max about our basketball season and a message from the new interim athletic director.
Hey, Dad. I need your help asking Jessica to prom.
Of course. Love is like the ocean. You have to tread the
Oh,
waters.
Dad. That's not the kind of help I needed. Hey, Jessica. Will you go to prom with me?
Yes.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care can't wait to share their first with you.
Men's basketball has been up and down in their inaugural year in Division I. They started off early in the preseason with a couple of bouts against teams who are not only nationally recognized, but who are also chasing national championship aspirations, like the current #1 ranked team in the nation, the Gonzaga Bulldogs, and the Trojans of USC. The Trailblazers were able to get their first ever win as a member of D1 in their first try at home back on November 12th. They defeated rival and future WAC opponent SUU at the Burns Arena in what was an electric atmosphere. DSU has struggled in conference play, dropping 3 of their first 4 games in the WAC. Their lone win came against Cal Baptist on January 12th. With an overall record of 8-10 and a conference record of 1-4, the Trailblazers currently sit in 11th place in the conference standings. They look to gain their second conference win and their first one at home tonight against Lamar. The women had a similar start to their season. They were able to play the Ducks up in Eugene, Oregon, and also played Colorado University, who is currently ranked number 22 in the nation. The women have also had their fair share of ups and downs as they made their transition into the WAC. They were able to get their first conference home win just a few days ago as they took down Seattle University. The Lady Trailblazers have a new spark on their team as they were finally able to get Long Beach State transfer Shaniza Davison out onto the floor. Having only contributed the last 3 games, Davison has been a force while averaging 18.7 points per contest. She's also playing 37 of the 40 minutes for DSU as well. The women currently sit at the 8th spot in the WAC standings at 2-3 with an overall record of 6-10. They will look to add another conference win to the resume tonight as they are on the road to face Lamar. Recently, I was able to sit down with the new interim athletic director, Ken Beezer. Here's a short clip of one of the things that we discussed. What will your focus be as you hold this title of athletic director during this time?
You know, looking at it, and when President Williams first talked to me about the position, it's going to be moving forward and just not, you know, kind of sitting here and being a placeholder until the new director of athletics is hired. Wanted to move it forward. We're in the middle of a Division I transition, and so there's a lot of important work that still needs to be done to maintain the momentum that we do have. And I look forward to doing that, and also just looking at some areas of developing and raising money for the university to help the programs.
Tune in next week to see more of my interview with Ken and what the plans are for the athletic department moving forward. I'll be back after the break. Tune in to get to know myself and my fellow anchors.
Our fight against coronavirus isn't over. We still have to slow the spread and do our part. Let's wear face masks in public. Stay 6 feet or more from others. Follow state and local guidelines. Wash our hands frequently and stay home when we feel safe. For ourselves, for our loved ones, for our future. Let's move forward together. Learn more at coronavirus.gov.
Welcome back. Since we are in a new semester with 3 new anchors for the show, we're going to have a get to know your anchors question and answer. I have 3 questions that I will ask my fellow anchors, and I will start by answering them myself. The first question is, where is your hometown and what is your favorite memory from there? Personally, St. George, Utah, born and raised. My favorite memory from here is I was in a show a couple years back, a theatrical production of Peter and the Starcatcher. And I remember just the energy that we were able to give to each other as we performed the show was just absolutely monumental to who I am today. It just felt so good for me. The second question is, how and why did you get into media studies? Personally, I'm a huge geek. I love movies, I love video games, I love books, I love anything media related basically. I have plenty of podcasts that I listen to that some may like just kind of wince a little bit just with how nerdy I can get. But I love everything that media stands for, what we're able to accomplish, and also I just love talking about all this stuff. It's kind of a thing I'm very passionate about. And the last question is, what is an embarrassing moment that you look back fondly on now? I thought really long and hard about this when I was 8 years old. My oldest brother worked at a restaurant here called Ruby Tuesdays. It's gone now. and he spilled water on my mom as he was a waiter, and we all kind of poked fun at him for it. So then the next week, I had made sort of a concoction I called a heart attack quesadilla. It was just basically a giant breakfast burrito with just every single high cholesterol thing you can think of inside of it. And so as a joke, I had it like all like a waiter, and I was walking down my kitchen aisle, and I was like, oh, look at me, I'm a better waiter than Victor. And then I absolutely just face planted, and it went all over the floor, and I never get the end of it. But it's taught me to keep a good posture. So, so Reagan, where is your hometown, and what is a favorite memory from there?
All right, so I'm from Grand Rapids, Michigan. I'm a long ways from home, and I'd have to say my favorite memory would be Powder Puff my junior year. It was absolutely incredible. It was so much fun. Came out with all of the girls in my grade, and we fought really hard. In the entire game, no score until we scored in overtime, and it was great. We beat the seniors. Wow. It was awesome. Yeah. As far as media studies go, I participated in journalism class all 4 years of high school. I was even part of the yearbook and putting that together, and I just have a love for it. I especially like sports broadcasting, and I spend a lot of time watching sports with my dad growing up especially, and so I'd always watch the reporters, and that's what I wanted to be. An embarrassing moment that I look on fondly now.
I know you've been thinking about this a lot.
Yeah, I have, and the funny part is that this embarrassing moment was 2 months ago. I was on a girls' trip to California, and we were staying in a hotel with a continental breakfast. And I'm not the type of person to eat breakfast, especially not first getting up in the morning. And apparently, when I was half asleep, I ate a whole cinnamon roll. And my eyes were closed. I don't know, my friends told me about it the next day, but I did that, and now I just look fondly and laugh, and I think about it often because it's kind of a weird thing for me.
You didn't even get to enjoy it?
No, I guess I did. I'm not sure. I was asleep.
Max, my Logan boy, where is your hometown, and what is a favorite memory from there?
Yes, sir, for me, so I'm originally from Houston, Texas, but I've lived in Logan, Utah since I was about 8 years old. And my favorite memories, I can't really pick one, but just all growing up, I played both football and basketball since I was 9 years old. And a lot of the guys I started playing with when I was 9 years old ended up playing with me all the way through high school. Wow. And we're still really, really good friends. So those are some of my best memories. How and why I got into media studies. I love sports broadcasting, kind of like Reagan talked about. I watch a ton of sports debate shows, ESPN, Top 10, all those things. That's why I ultimately aspire to be a color commentator, you know, be able to sit sideline or up in a booth for football or basketball games and just do that. And because I have a great passion of talking about sports, and it's something that I love to do. When it comes to my embarrassing moment, I had to think long and hard about this too, but then it was pretty easy for me. A couple years back, I was living in Argentina, and down at the very southern tip of Argentina, we're right by Antarctica, so it was really, really cold at that time. In the winter, it was about 17 degrees, and I was walking down the streets outside, and I stepped on a pothole, which usually should be sealed and covered, but it wasn't, and so I slipped and fell into the sewer. Luckily, I caught myself on the ground before I fell all the way in, and so I only went about to my knees. And I was about a mile away from where I was living at the time, and so I had to pull myself out of the sewer and walk all the way back home in 17-degree weather with human feces and toilet paper all over my legs, and ended up freezing to my legs. So I had to get rid of those pants. But I look back fondly on it now and kind of just laugh about it.
I feel like you're kidding.
No, it is a true story, I promise.
I'm surprised you didn't turn into an Argentina Ninja Turtle while you were down there. Like, what?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, thank you both so much for bearing with me and also just letting everyone get to know you. You're both such wonderful people. And that's it for this week's edition of Sun News at Noon.
We will see you here next week. Same time, same place.
Have a great week, Trailblazers.